Welcome back. A snowpocalypse put a hold on everything from sports to businesses being open over the weekend in the Sioux Empire. But the SDSU and NDSU softball teams managed to get their Thursday doubleheader in before the freeze. This game was moved from Brookings to Sioux Falls on the campus of Augustana University Bowden Field. And the pitchers in this one got out to a great start. Jacqueline Surdick of NDSU and Madison Hope of SDSU are two of the best in the league. Surdick ended up striking out 9 in the game for NDSU. Hope had just 3 for SDSU, but the offense for the Jacks showed up in the form of Brittany Morse in the second inning. She gave the SDSU Jacks an early lead when she hit her 6th homer of the year right there, but NDSU would respond in the 4th. They had a 2-run long ball from Vanessa Anderson coming up here, and the Bison broke the tie in the 6th with another 2-run home run by Bree Beatty. In the top of the 7th, they pulled away with another 5 runs to take Game 1 9-2. Jacqueline Surdick moves to 17-7 on the season in the circle. Big day at the plate for Vanessa Anderson, who hit 2 dingers. And in Game 2, SDSU came storming back. The Jacks run-ruled the Bison 11-3 in 5 innings. Brittany Morse homered for the 2nd game in a row. She totaled 3 RBIs for SDSU in the win. Taylor Compton picked up the win, moving to 7-6 on the season. So here's a look at the updated Summit League softball standings. And despite Western Illinois at 13-22 overall, they are first in the conference at 6-0. SDSU comes in next at 5-3, with NDSU and USD just behind them. NDSU and USD are slated to play Saturday, April 21st in Vermillion, while SDSU heads to Fort Wayne that same day. So we'll see if Mother Nature allows the remaining schedule to play out. Obviously, when you play a spring sport in the Dakotas, you know you're going to have to dip and dive and dodge around the weather once in a while. But this spring in particular, it's been absolutely ridiculous. North Dakota State and South Dakota State have each played 36 games. We just saw one of them, but none of them have been on their home fields. And the head coaches say most years, but especially this year, you just have to learn to live with it.
We had to actually move our home game last weekend. It's supposed to be a home game to Omaha. And our home opener right now is looking at April 28th, potentially.
It is frustrating, but again, we have to control the controllables and, play when we can. And we're just excited to play on these beautiful days. It doesn't matter where we're at, we're still going to play the game.
The biggest thing is, it's so cold up in North Dakota this year that we have a lot of frost on the ground. So we have to have that come up before we're able to play. So I'm probably more concerned about the frost on the ground than I am with the snow coverage, because I know the snow will melt here pretty fast.
They still have frost. Our frost is pretty much coming out, but yet we keep getting moisture, so our field's kind of a swamp. So we're both kind of in a situation where neither one of us has practiced on our fields nor played on our fields, and we're just excited to have a field and a nice day to play on.
Being in North Dakota, we know we're going to be on the road a little bit. I think the biggest thing that probably changes the momentum is the fact that, all of us are changing our patterns. Instead of playing weekends and have a routine down and some midweek games, it's you're canceling a game or a game's postponed and we have to play conference games. So I think for everybody that probably just changes a little bit on your mindset.
We come down to Sioux Falls, we can get our games in. Just up in Brookings, our field's too wet and just the ground thawing, and then we just keep getting moisture. So we're calling ourselves the road warriors, so we're just on the road all the time.
In the preseason, I think just like South Dakota State and a lot of schools, we've been outside playing throughout the year. I think it's never fun to play playing outside and have to come back and practice inside. You want to stay outside and stay with the elements. So I think that's for us, that's where you just want to try to get back to those type of routines.
We practice inside, we play outside. That's what we're doing this spring.
NDSU is actually set to host the Summit League softball tournament starting May 9th in Fargo. That's coming up. But the Weather Channel predicts a high of 67 degrees on that day, so we shall see. Switching gears to Summit League baseball. There weren't many league games to speak of this weekend, of course, due to the weather, but there were a few in Tulsa where Oral Roberts added to their league best record with a sweep over Fort Wayne. And in that game on with ORU, their shortstop, Harrison Smith, made an incredible play. So here's a look at it. He was on a looper to left field. It goes up, absolutely lays out and comes up with the catch. That was the #1 play on SportsCenter's top 10. You can definitely see why. Let's take another look at it. The senior for the Golden Eagles just jumps. Oh my goodness, covered a lot of ground right there. Very impressive. Another reason why ORU sits at the #1 spot in the league. And speaking of that, here's a look at the Summit League standings in baseball. Not a surprise, Oral Roberts in command with an 11-4 mark, but Omaha hanging close at 8-4 in conference, with South Dakota State and North Dakota State hovering around that 500 mark. Upcoming Summit League baseball games this week include Tuesday, South Dakota State is at Minnesota and Valley City State is at North Dakota State. Wednesday, Western Illinois is at Bradley, and also Omaha is at Nebraska. And then Friday through Saturday, few matchups going on. Omaha at Fort Wayne, ORU at South Dakota State, and Western Illinois at NDSU. So we are definitely hoping for good weather. Coming up next, the Summit League fall sports schedule was released over the weekend. We'll take a look at that and tell you some key games and dates for the upcoming season. Stay tuned.